It's New Things Day, November 9th, 2016, and I wasn't sure if I was going to make this video. It's not really a great day mentally, I imagine for some other people as well, but the only time I felt alright today was when I was in the shop, so I figured I'd try to carry that energy into this, try to find something here. First thing I want to show off, I've forgot about it the past 3 weeks, maybe 4, I can't remember when it came out. But when Cave Carson come out, I didn't see anybody else with this. I mean, maybe I wasn't looking, but when I got my Cave Carson, it came with this cassette, Into the Cave We Wander, and it is actually there's only one track on each side, and one is a original song, I think, Into the Cave We Wander by Gerard Way, who, if you don't know, is kind of the overseer. That's not the word I wanted to use. The overseer of the Young Animal imprint. But the other side is a film excerpt of Poggy's Cavern. And I don't know what that is, but it's off Reprise Records. It's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like that I got this, and it has the cover on the inside of the VHS there. VHS. Nope, cassette. But I didn't see anybody else with this, and I was wondering why I got it and why I didn't see anybody else with it. But that's interesting. I like it. Would it have been a lot cooler had it been a vinyl? Yes, but I understand that is a lot more expensive to make than a cassette. Now, before I get into everything else, let me answer a few questions. Did I eat a whole large pizza by myself as comfort for today and to try to comfort myself? No, I did not. But I did eat, let's call it 3/4 of an extra large, which may be a large. It's not a good day. Am I wearing this beanie simply because I need a haircut? Yes, I am. That is also a yes. Other questions? I got none right now. But I'm going to move on to comics. Yes, comics. I actually got a back issue this week, too. I'm going to start trying to throw one or two, maybe more depending on what I'm getting that week, at least one back issue in with my books I buy every week. I feel like I'm lacking back. I have so many back issues to read, but I feel like I need to start picking more up. I haven't picked up a back issue in a while, and it's not like anything I'm really actively collecting. It's just kind of something that catches my eye, something interesting, something that looks different to me. But start with the books themselves. Another monster week for me. I don't know what the hell's happening. First up, New Superman 5. I love this cover. That's not English. I love it. I love everything about it. This book it's fresh. It feels different. It feels new. There's twists you would expect, but because of the setting, it doesn't seem like you would expect it. But I love the Chinese on the cover, and I love this book. I'm a big fan of this book. I will talk this book up to everybody because I think New Superman deserves some recognition. I understand there might be some hesitation to pick this book up because it is a Superman book, and people hear Superman and they assume Boy Scout Superman. Trust me, that is not. I wanted to avoid saying your daddy's Superman, but it isn't your daddy's Superman. It is a new Superman. Next up, Mosaic number 2. I was a fan of number 1. Don't think it warranted the $4.99 price tag, but I was a fan of number 1. I think it's interesting, this new Inhuman who kind of keeps a little bit of everybody who he inhabits with him. I'm interested to see where it goes. I'm not the biggest fan of the art in this thing. The art is by Kerry Randolph. But I think this art, as much as I don't like it, just looking very quickly at it, I think it'll lend itself to the story a lot. It'll give it its own feel. I think it'll give it its own kind of taste, if you will. But I'm looking forward to that book. Next up, Superwoman number 4. I liked the other cover too, had Superman and Superwoman kind of standing over another Superwoman, kind of their shadows, and I liked it. But I can't pass up this. This is Ben Oliver cover. I like that cover a lot, which is funny because I said when I was talking about the Rebirth titles that like the Rebirth 0/1 issues that I didn't like when it was just them standing in front of a white background. That's kind of what this is, but I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of this. I like this one. It's very well done, and I like that book so far, especially the way it's starting to work with Action Comics, or at least did. Next up, and I've been waiting for this book for a while, and this cover I can't talk enough about. Now, if my shop would have gotten all the covers, this probably isn't the one I would have gotten, but I'll talk about that after. This is the Allison Sohn cover of Betty and Veronica #2. I'm actually a fan of this cover. I think this is the second best cover for this book. The one I would have chosen over all of them, which I didn't get a chance to because I wasn't part of the ordering process. This order, I would have chosen the Kevin Wada cover because I think Kevin Wada is a brilliant, brilliant portrayer of characters and a brilliant recreator of all the characters we know, but in a way that we still know them. I love Kevin Wada's covers. I'm excited for maybe at some point I could see Kevin Wada do a book of his own. All the interiors. I think it'd be very interesting, even though his kind of thing is, the fashion and everything. I think Kevin Wada could do it, and I love even if he doesn't, I love Kevin Wada's covers. I love Kevin Wada as a human being. Don't know him personally, but through my creepiness on Twitter and whatnot. Next up, a book that I talked about with many people. I don't know if I talked about it on here. Out of all the Young Animal books, Cave Carson, Shade, Doom Patrol, and this one, Mother Panic, I was planning on picking up Shade and Cave Carson. Doom Patrol ended up getting lumped in there. I started reading that just because. And then I was still telling people that this is going to be the one that I don't pick up, and this is going to be the one that's a hit. It's going to be a huge hit, and I'm going to be the idiot that missed out on it. After reading the other three Young Animal books, I think in the back of my head I figured I was going to pick it up, but then I was told by somebody to pick it up today, and it hasn't steered me wrong before. So that little extra push is what did Mother Panic for me. So I'm excited to read this. Excited to see what it's about. I'm enjoying the Young Animal books. I really am. At this point, I'll just keep throwing money at them until I don't enjoy it. Action Comics number 967. I liked the other cover, which was one that was solicited. I think this is the alternate cover. The other cover where they're both saying, well, Luthor and Superman are both saying this is a job for, and they're both ripping open their shirts, showing off their logos. I like this one though because it shows Luthor kind of just being a triumphant dickhead, saying, "That's me, I did it," and that's the Luthor I like to see. I'm still very intrigued at this incantation of Luthor, whether he is good, whether he is really trying to be a hero, because we don't really know. I'm loving Action Comics, and now that I hopped on Superman last week, so I do feel like I have enough Superman in my life again. There was a little hole there that was kind of preventing me from enjoying Action fully because I didn't have Superman to offset it, even though they're not the same story. Next, I enjoy this cover. It's a little simple for my blood, but I like it. This is Detective Comics 944. I'm a fan of that cover. I like it a lot, actually. The more I look at it, the more I enjoy it. I have no idea who did the cover. Never gonna find out either. Brad Anderson, unless it's the variant cover and it's Raphael Albuquerque. What do I know Albuquerque from? What did he do art on? He do art on American Vampire? Am I just pulling that out of my ass? Next up, didn't even know I had this book. Didn't even know this was in here. But I have been liking this book, and I like where it's going. But I forgot. I didn't even know this came out this week. I didn't notice it when I got rung up. Uncanny Avengers 16. Hulk is reborn by the hand. Not reborn, I guess. Reanimated would be a better term. Excited to see what's going on here. The main thing keeping me on this book, and I just want to flip through to make sure he's still in it. Yes, he is. Cable. Cable is one of my favorite characters, and to see him involved, I'm all right with it. A book I almost jumped off of. I was going to jump off it this week, but it's number 15. So if I'm going to jump off it, I want to jump off it at 15. Just a solid break-off point. Uncanny X-Men 15. Psylocke and Mystique on the cover. It's not that I haven't been liking it. I only hopped on it to fill an X void that I had. And although it's doing it, I don't know if I'm really enjoying it to a point where I need to be. Also, I think there's a lot of other things going on in the other X books that are kind of interwoven with this. So I'm all over the place. Don't get me wrong, it's a good book. I like Cullen Bunn's writing. I like the book, but if there needs to be an axe made on a book, that might happen without. Deadpool Back in Black #3, because I spend money on every Deadpool mini that comes out, any Deadpool book that comes out. It's not that I don't enjoy them. It bothers me that they put so many out, and I can't resist. For the most part, they've been good. This one, so. I really could care less about the symbiote. I don't care. Uh, I like this cover better. This is actually the regular cover. The variant just has Deadpool with a symbiote. I like Black Cat on his back. This little Not for Bunny Lovers is interesting. Cullen Bunn again, right here. That's back to back Cullen Bunn. It's back to back Bunn. Back to back Bunn books. Next, idiot. Next up, Supergirl 3. I feel this cover could have been done in a different way. Don't get me wrong, I like how it is, but this is too much negative space for me. The shadow, I don't know. There's something weird about it. If you take this out, it's just kind of a blank cover. You take that out, and it's only half a cover. There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me, but I liked it better than the other choice. The weird, it might be the interior art. Yeah, I don't mind this art in the interiors because I'm pretty sure it's the same person that does the art on the cover. But it's the yeah, it's the same person that does the interiors, the same does the art on the A cover. And I don't mind it in the book, but I didn't. The cover was weird. It was too jagged for me. Power Man and Iron Fist #10 or #1. And I remain the only person in my shop that reads this book. I try to rectify that every time I'm in there. I try to talk people into it because I enjoy this book. I enjoy this book a lot. I think it's really developing the characters. It's not only developing them, it's showing them off and giving the best of both of them to us. I hope more people are reading this than me because I don't want it to disappear like all the other books I love. But Power Man Iron Fist to me is a book I enjoy reading, and as I said every time, a book I never anticipated picking up. I read issue 1 off the shelf on a whim, really liked it, haven't been off the book since. Next up, Doom Patrol, the aforementioned Doom Patrol. This is #3, and this is just a wild cover, just a ridiculous cover that I absolutely love. A lot of good covers again this week. Covers have been pretty good. I'm a fan of this, just the wildness of it all. Next, Wonder Woman 10. I like that cover a lot too. I I constantly war with myself about the title. I feel like I don't like when it's in the way, but I also don't like when they move it out of the way. I do like when covers use the title for the cover, but I'm all right with this because I think this is a strong enough image that this doesn't take it away from me. And lastly, but not leastly, this is WWE Then Now Forever #1. I got the Seth Rollins cover because he is the architect. And I didn't even read this yet, but I did leaf through it, and it's enough that I will be on the ongoing. I got myself on the ongoing, the WWE #1, which comes out in January, I believe. I'm actually really excited about this. This is combining and this is the first, other than the weird WCW comics that came out in the '90s, and maybe a couple Mankind books and like a Stone Cold graphic novel. I've never read any wrestling comics. I didn't read like the more recent WWE Legends ones, I think it is. So I'm actually really excited about this. And the thing that really brought me into it is Dennis Hopeless. I'm a fan of Dennis Hopeless writing, and I know he's a wrestling fan, so I think he's going to do this. He's going to do it justice, like the Hounds of Justice. But I'm excited about the book, and I'm excited about the ongoing. I can't wait to read this, actually. That's it for new books. Now for the back issue, and this is already almost as long as my other videos. The book I got, my back issue, I was just ripping through like cheap bins, and I found this, and it just looked interesting to me. And I didn't pick it up. Three or four times I saw it there. I just went right by it, and then I thought about it one day at home, and I looked it up, And I said, you know what? I got to get this. It's interesting. This is from Magnacom. This is Doug Wheeler's Aesop's Desecrated Morals, #1, and it's all black and white. It's basically all of Aesop's fables, kind of just in a dirty, filthy, gross way, maybe just R-rated. Some of them, just they are desecrated, and I'm a fan of something weird like this. If you've ever seen this or know anything about it, let me know. But I'm interested in it, and I'm excited to read this. Don't know when I'll get around to it because I got 1,900 books to read, but I'll get around to this eventually. In addition to that, I picked up a couple board games I didn't have, and why I didn't have them, I don't know. I think these are ones that when I moved out of my dad's house, they remained there and then became missing. So one I got is this. Where's you gonna find a year on this? This is 1999 version of Boggle. As you know, I'm a wordsmith. I like words. I like letters. I like little hourglasses that you flip over. I like dice. This game is for me. I haven't played Boggle in a long time, but I'm excited to play some Boggle. In addition to Boggle, I got the 97. This might be the first Battle of the Sexes, which was actually one of the games played at recent game night. So that's an interesting little twist. This exact version too, the 97 version, where there were some questions regarding movies that I've never even heard of. And with that one, it was kind of a lump deal. Battle of the Sexes, second all new edition. So I got both of those to add to the game collection. I just got to find room to put them in the game collection. Now, a few books, and then I'll get the hell out of here. Just a few. I won't do many. Won't do many today because, let's be honest, you don't want to be here for this long, let alone longer. I realistically could talk forever, though. I mean, nobody wants to hear it. So I waste time drinking water rather than get on with the video. First up, this is, oh boy, I forgot about this. There's actually a newspaper clipping in here. This is How to Read the Bible by Edgar J. Goodspeed, published by the John C. Winston Company. Here's this little clipping that's in here. It's it tells you about John C. Goodspeed, and I don't know, it's weird. I just find it interesting that there's going to be people that would read this. They'd be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, now I can read the Bible. Now I get it. It's an interesting take to me. Like, can I write a book how to read it? Can I write a book of how to read Carrie? I'm going to continue on the Stephen King line this bit here. Can I write a book how to read The Gunslinger? You can't. It doesn't make sense. Get over it. Read the next one. Don't read The Gunslinger. Well, you can read it, but the man, he chased the man. That's it. Move on to The Drawing of the Three. Just don't worry about it. That is not a key pivotal piece of it. You'll appreciate it afterwards if you do read it, but just skip to Drawing of the Three. If you don't like The Gunslinger, you will appreciate it. It's an actual story. It makes sense. You'll enjoy it. Salem's Lot. Do I have to teach you how to read A Dragon's Tear? Oh, is that a deep cut? Was that a Stephen King deep cut? Doesn't matter. I have no idea when How to Read the Bible by Edward J. Goodspeed came out. I gotta guess, though, it has to be in the 50s, maybe the 60s. I'm gonna go 55, right in the middle. 55, right in the middle. This was published 19. This is a second printing, 1946. He was teaching people how to read the Bible. Interesting. Next up, it's library bound. You know what that means? I enjoy it. A little warping on the spine here. This is Jim Harrison's Sundog. I know nothing about this book, but I think it was library bound, and I liked the cover, so I snagged it. $15.95 cover price on this. $15.95. If I had to guess $15.95, Jim Harrison Sundog, you got to go with 1992, right? It can't be anything else other than 92. I think I'm way off. I think I'm years off. Well, it could be months off because it'd be right. Oh boy. What'd I say? 92? It's 84. Pretty close, I guess. Wow, it has the old library card in here. Let's see how many times this thing was checked out. Between 84 and it looks like the last check was 98. $17 people. 17 people checked out Jim Harrison Sundog between 84 and 92. I'm going to say this wasn't a very good seller. Next up, something that I don't know why I need, but I'm going to read it eventually. At least I'm going to put it somewhere and read it every once in a while because this is something. This is the Burns Mantle Theater Yearbook, the best plays of 1969-1970, edited by Otis L. Guernsey. Nope, no L. Guernsey Jr. In here we have plays like Indians, or The Serpent, or What the Butler Saw, or Marigolds, or Butterflies Are Free, or Child's Play, or the only one I know on the cover, Company. I don't have an idea for this. Cover price? Do we have a cover price? Do we have a cover price? No. Published by Dodd Mead and Company. I don't know. But I'm going to guess 70? I'm going to guess 70, 71, because the plays is 69, 70. So I'm going to guess 1970. This was published in the year 1970. Got it, guys. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's on the cover. I nailed it, because it's part of the title. George Orwell's 1984 wasn't written in 1984. This is me reaching for another books with years in the title or even numbers and failing, is what you just saw. Disappointed in myself. Next up, William L. Shriver's Berlin Diary, hardback, no dust jacket. Slight decollage. Oh, and here it says to Brass? Bruce? It looks like Brass. With best wishes from Louise. May have just given it away because she put a year. From Louise, Christmas 1941. Gonna guess this book didn't come out in 1942. So should I keep it safe and go 41? Should I play a little dangerous and go with an earlier year? I'm gonna say this was 1939. Go down on a limb here. It's gonna be 41. I'm gonna be upset. Well, this is called the Berlin Diary, the Journal of a Foreign Correspondent, 1934, 1941. William S. Scher. This was published in 1941. Published June 20th. Got an exact date. June 20th, 1941. I'm actually interested in this because of when it was written. Kind of a very tumultuous time. Interested to see what's going on there. And then lastly, now get the hell out of here. You don't want this around anymore. You're fine. Although, if I'm a little bit of a relief from your day, that's amazing. Because this was a little bit of a relief from my day. This actually made me feel a little better today. This is, oh boy, here we go to this. We get J's all over. There's J's all through this name where they shouldn't be. Jens Bier. Cannot be right. Jens Bier. Jens Bier. Jens Bier's Savage New Guinea. Looks like it's published by Hill and Wang, which was also my comedy duo in high school's name. $5 even cover price on this. It is library bound, which I'm a fan of. Pages are a little dirty though. Is there something in here? Is there something in here? Is it a bookmark? Hopefully it's a note. Oh no. It is a bookmark, but it's for a community college that may not have been around for 40 years. So, $5 cover price on this. Savage New Guinea. Not going to say the name again. Too many J's. 1979, late 70s. 79 to sing. That's going to be 80s. Has to be the 80s. First edition, May 1964. I went way too late. I wanted to go 60s. I did. The color photo on the cover threw me off. That wasn't a common thing in the early 60s. I don't think so. But Jens Bier came through with it. I hate my mouth. I just saw myself say that name, and I hate everything about it. That's it. That's it. You can leave now. You don't need to sit and watch me salute like an asshole. Um, I'm saluting you though. You're what's important. Thank you for watching. Just love each other. That's all we can do at this point. Try to love each other.